Hello, my friends, and welcome to Italy, a place to love YouTube channel. Now, at this stage, I should say an Italian in Russia. I'm joking. Anyway, I'm here, I'm still in Montemilone, and so I'm ready to start the journey to Russia. So, in a few hours, I will go to take the bus to Naples. So, I will go from Montemilone to a town called Candela, which is in Apulia region. From there, I will take the bus that will bring me to Naples airport. First, Naples main train station, bus station, and then from there, the bus that goes to Naples airport, Capo di Chino. So I should arrive to Naples around 4, half 4 p.m., maybe 5. The flight to Istanbul is at 9 p.m. It's around 9 p.m. Now, what can I say, my friends? Now, we are in a heavy heat wave. Believe me, it had been extremely hard in the last few days for me to make videos, the temperatures were so high. Anyway, I was preparing for my trip, I was preparing for my journey, but I simply want to show you the sweat. I'm sweating like okay, so anyway, it's summer, but I sweat a lot. I simply sweat a lot. I want to stay a few minutes in front of the camera and you will see the sweat. So it's 10 in the morning and wow. It's 10 in the morning and we have 32 degrees. So anyway, let me show you here. I am now in the attic. Obviously, in the attic is much warmer than downstairs. Here, sorry, I have the air conditioner over there. That's my wife's desk. That's my desk. Anyway, I have my equipment with me, my laptop, my computer. All this equipment is staying at home. So, what I'm saying, I'm complaining badly about the heat wave, but at the same time, I wouldn't complain if I'm staying here. If I'm staying here, it's something normal. It's something that, okay, so basically, let me go a bit under the sun. If I'm staying here in Montemilone, I wouldn't complain. I wouldn't complain at all about the summer. It's summer. I would go to the beach each time I can. So I would simply appreciate the summer. Obviously, this is not my first summer here in Montemilone because last year I arrived here that was March, beginning of April. So I have enjoyed all the summer. Actually, last year in May was already much warmer than this May. This May hasn't been very hot. Let's say that the warm weather started from the 20th of May, while the year before, already from the 20th of April, was already very warm. Now, the thing is that since the 20th of May, no rain, which is anyway normal for the summer. We had a lot of rain during the winter, but temperatures anyway kept increasing. Now, what I wanted to say is that today we are going to have 36 degrees here, which is one of the highest temperature we had in the last few days. We had 32, 33, 34, 35, 36 degrees Celsius. For example, now if you go in the forest now, temperature is much lower. For sure, over there in the shadow, in the forest, you would appreciate, let's say, 28, 29 degrees would be extremely nice. The problem is under the sun. Now, what is the biggest problem for me today? Today, the biggest problem is to travel. Now, because I sweat a lot, as you see, when I have to travel with this temperature, it's not nice. Because, for example, now I'm wearing the t-shirt, which is already nearly soaked. You can see my neck. But so, if I didn't have to travel now, I would have stayed simply without t-shirt, just shorts, no socks, no shoes, just anyway, simple. That's how we spend the summer in the south of Italy, with less clothes on as possible, because obviously the temperature is so high. Anyway, now, sorry if the camera is a bit, my hands are shaking. Anyway, I'm gonna show you a bit 360 degrees. So, for example, that's the bathroom that I have upstairs. The house here has 2 bathrooms. Now, let me... All right, so here, this is my desk. That's my old laptop. So what... Anyway, I'm preparing, obviously, to leave the house for 2 months. That's generally where I make my videos. All right. I show you, for example, the floor here, because the attic was renovated, let's say 15 years ago by the previous owner. Then here I have the entrance to the terrace. I mean, yeah. For example, this door here, the height is 1.50 meters. It's short because, as you can see, the roof here. Anyway, I have to bend when I'm here. I have to bend, but this is the view that I have: summer, winter, all the year around, spring, autumn. All right, then anyway, here. Wait. Then here, anyway, that's where my wife gives the lessons. So this is the entrance of the toilet. Also, the toilet was built when they renovated the attic, the previous owners. So, for example, I have a window also here. Here, beside the mirror, that is a chimney. I never put the stove, but it's possible to put a wooden stove. Now here, that's me. You can see the sweat as soon as I wear a t-shirt. I don't know how, this is my biggest fear of my journey, to be honest. Oh gosh, this is all my concerns, all my worries are about how much I'm gonna sweat today, because I sweat a lot. All right, here I just shaved. Here I keep my equipment for shaving. And here is the shower. Anyway, this is the bathroom. For example, the door, as you can see, is a bit, I mean, it's an old door, but I like it. I like this type of doors. Obviously, I should repaint. Then, so it's a big open space. And here I have a bed that we never use. This is a king size bed. Then I have 2 more windows on that side. And here I have the spiral staircases that are leading downstairs, where there is, oh, I bumped my head, where there is kitchen, living room, bathroom. Anyway, this is the way. I'm not Mr. Perfect. I don't keep the house in a perfect condition. Anyway, again, so my journey, I'm ready to start my journey. 10:15. Let's say that around 11:30, I'm gonna leave the house. Then I have a lift. There is a friend of mine, because there's no, I mean, there are the buses to Candela from Montemilone, but I don't know the coincidences. I'd rather pay a friend of mine, pay someone, say, listen, please, can you give me a lift? I put you the petrol. Anyway, it's about 35, 40 kilometers driving from Montemilone to Candela. What else I can say? So basically, the flight again is at 9 p.m. from Naples to Istanbul. Then I have to spend the whole night in Istanbul because the flight to Russia is tomorrow around 2 p.m. So Thursday today. Today is the 2nd of July. So tomorrow anyway, I have the flight to Russia and to Kazan. I'm not flying to Moscow. I'm not flying to St. Petersburg, but I'm flying to Kazan, which is a big city in Russia. It's 5 million inhabitants. So I will arrive in Russia, in Kazan, I think around 8 p.m. tomorrow evening. So it's going to be a kind of long journey. Anyway, 2 flights in between, 13 or 14 hours between one flight and another. I'll see if I can find an hotel over there. I didn't book anything. In the worst scenario, I will just hang in the airport. Hopefully not. I never been to Istanbul airport before. My wife, yes. I don't have time to spend time anyway in Istanbul, not this time. Anyway, I have to go to... Oh, can you see the sweat? Anyway, this heat wave today, this is my biggest concern today. This trip with 35, 36 degrees. Obviously, in the airport, you have air conditioners. On the bus, there is air conditioner. So hopefully, I'm not gonna sweat too much, and I'm gonna obviously stay. Then I'm expecting as well in Turkey to be very warm. Now, I'm just telling you to close the video that I checked the temperatures in Russia and was shocking. Half the temperature that we have here. So I've seen that the maximum temperature in Russia, in where I'm going now, is between 17, 18, and 19 degrees Celsius at daytime and between 12, 13 at night. Anyway, it's a kind of spring weather for me, early spring weather. If I think that we had this temperature here maybe in February, March, also April here had been quite not very, very warm. Okay, you see my neck. Anyway, my friends, so I make this update. I'll see if I can make more short videos during my journey. Let's see. It also depends on the battery of my phone, if I have chance. Anyway, I'm gonna miss here because anyway, that's where I live, but I have duties. I have a lot of things to do over there. My wife has to go. We need to visit relatives. Actually, we will spend one night in Kazan when we arrive because my wife has some relatives there and they're welcoming us to bring us to their house in the forest, which they call dacha. So they will come to collect us in Kazan airport. Then we will spend all the morning, not tomorrow, but the day after tomorrow, we will spend in Kazan all the morning till lunchtime. And then after lunchtime, we will take the bus, which is another 3 hours from Kazan, that goes to Yoshkar-Ola, Maria Republic, Russia, Russian Federation. And so I will arrive in Yoshkar-Ola, the final destination, not tomorrow, but after tomorrow, around, let's say, in more than 48 hours more. I'd say I will arrive in maybe 48 plus, let's say, around maybe 60 hours, in 60 hours, in 2 days and a half. All right, my friends. from the sweat, from the Monte Milone sweat, from the southern Italian sweat, which is unbelievable. Again, if I didn't have to travel, this wouldn't have been at all a problem. But because I have to travel, this is my only concern. And then my concern is as well, do I have enough warm clothes for the Russia? Anyway, I will buy, by the way, anything I need. All right, my friends, I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I'll see you here on Italy, a Place to Love YouTube channel. Bye for now with short, and anyway, I will see you probably with short updates. Again, depends by the battery, internet connection, depends about a lot of things. Thank you all for watching the video, and I'll see you here on Italy, a Place to Love YouTube channel, an Italian in Russia. Bye for now. Bye.